Hey guys, welcome back to On the Road. So I said I was gonna try to make a video every day or whatever. That's gonna be kind of hard to do for the next couple days. What I am gonna do today though is I'm gonna basically walk you through, since today was payday. Let me flip this around. Since today was payday, a lot of y'all had questioned if I was telling the truth or not on Alex's, the Asian Mind Show's video when he interviewed me. A lot of y'all were like, "Oh, well, is he telling the truth? There's no way," and all this other stuff. You know, honestly, I'm doing this, and I'm gonna show y'all this just because, not to prove y'all wrong, but I want to just show y'all a little bit on the inside of the pay scale. I'm getting paid 35.5 cents, forget the half, whatever. But I'm getting paid about 35 cents a mile. And I've been working since I just started. That day that I made the video that I had came back was, I think I was on my second or third trip, something like that, already. So I had actually started working on like Wednesday or Thursday. I think Thursday, and I've been basically nonstop since. I did a 34-hour reset. I had my truck in the shop during that time. Let me see. I did a 34-hour reset. I went home for about 18 hours, maybe a little bit more than that, and then I hit the road again after that. I've been on the road for a little bit already. You know, for a couple days already. But anyway, I'm going to show you guys basically from the day after I started, because that's the only thing that, you know, the Qualcomm only goes back 8 days. So I'm going to show y'all back from the day after I started. I'm going to show y'all my sheets, my 8-day logs, which is basically the day, the mileage, driving time, and then on duty, you know, my time spent on duty. So I'm going to show y'all that right now, just to give y'all a real quick glimpse of if I can get this camera turned around, whatever. I'm going to show y'all real quick glimpse about that. So check this out. Okay, I can't do it that way. Alright, so I'm just going to do it this way, if I can. So I don't know if y'all can see that or not, but that's, you know, the day. It shows the day. It shows how many miles I ran that day, and it shows how many hours I drove that day. Yes, it's not a lot, but you're talking about getting within 100 miles of a place, and then the very next day delivering. Delivery and a drive from the delivery point to get to the terminal in Dallas, Texas, to get my truck in the shop. The day after that is a 34-hour reset. So the day after, okay, now the day after the 34-hour reset is, yes, that's not a lot of miles anyway either. I drove from Laredo to Baytown, Texas. Truck stop started getting full. We were going to New Orleans, so I said, you know what? Let me pull over. I'm gonna shut it down for the night, and I'll start early tomorrow morning. That's exactly what I did. The very next day, 505 miles. That's going from Baytown to New Orleans, from New Orleans to La Place. What the hell is it called? It's La Place, Louisiana. We stacked there, and I kept driving till probably about Lake Charles. I stopped 2 hours early because of traffic. It was going to take me about 2 hours to get through traffic, so I was like, oh, what the hell? There's nowhere to stop after that. So that's what happened there. Now, give me a little bit. Now, I can show you all the rest of the time. Okay, so the 165 is driving from Laredo to San Antonio. I spent about 18 hours at home, just chilling, doing what I got to do. Went to the bank, stuff like that. The next day, I drove from San Antonio all the way to Amarillo, Texas. And then today, 547 miles, 0.6. That's driving from Amarillo to Denver, and then Denver to I guess you'd pronounce it Limon or Lyman or whatever the hell you want to call it, Colorado, to stack. My partner's actually right there next door, right next to me. And we're gonna stack and we're gonna leave here about midnight. So I did say that I was gonna show y'all my check. This past check, oh shit. Before I do that, let me make sure I'm off. Let me make sure that I'm in sleeper mode, so that's good. I sometimes I'll forget, you guys. I know everybody else does it too, but I actually forgot. Okay, so I asked for my check. Well, I didn't ask for my check. I mean, you work, you get your check, right? So I asked to see my pay stub at 7 o'clock this morning. This is after the deposit. Granted, now I'm only left with like $200 and something, but I was negative in the bank because I wasn't making all that much money at my last job. And then, you know, I had another bank account that was negative that I needed to fix. Wasn't my fault, but did it anyway out of the kindness, whatever. So this is also including orientation pay. This is like starting off, you went to orientation Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and you started driving Thursday. So you get paid for Tuesday, Wednesday, and that's $116 flat. So this paycheck is including that plus deadhead miles plus loaded miles. And then on top of that, this also includes loaded to load your pay. When you load your truck and trailer, when you load your trailer, you get paid. When you load your truck and trailer onto your partner's truck and trailer, you get paid for that also. There is 2 advances taken out of this paycheck, so there is a little bit of a difference. But this is my first paycheck coming back. Okay, I know I said the other paycheck was like $1,700. I don't have proof of that anymore. I mean, I do have proof, but I have to go through my phone, get a screenshot, then post it, and I still may do that, but we'll see. We'll see how this video plays out. Anyway, check it out, guys. So that is gross pay, which honestly, everybody knows gross pay ain't shit. Everybody knows that gross pay is before taxes and all this other shit, before deductions and all that other stuff. Guess what? That was my pay after taxes, after deductions, after everything. That was my pay. Now, there is a big difference because of taxes and stuff like that. I'm pretty sure other things were taken out. Other obligations that I have were taken out, like child support. But yeah, that's my first paycheck back, guys. That's my very first paycheck back. And like I said, I've been running since Thursday of last week, non-stop. I went to, well, I can't say non-stop because I did a 34. But basically the truck was moving while I was doing the 34 because I had stacked with my partner and we were already headed down from Dallas to Laredo. And I still got paid for that, even though I was on my 34-hour reset. The way this works is if you're on a 34-hour and you're already moving with your partner, you still get paid for those miles. So check this out. All my deadhead miles. My first deadhead was from Houston, 310 miles. Second deadhead miles, 415 miles. My third was 631. And then of course there's like 35 miles and then 26 miles in between to where I meet with my partner and we head out. Now I am getting paid 35 cents a mile. Those are just deadhead miles, guys. Those aren't even loaded miles. Loaded miles, 657, 311, 447. You know, those are actually loaded miles. Now, granted, you're talking probably for a 400-mile run, you're talking $158. Well, 447 is $158.69. That's the breakdown right there. That's the breakdown of everything that's been going on. Now, y'all are looking at load. Those, and you see that there's a trip number right there. And then there's no miles next to it, but it still says load and it still says paid out. Those are when the $80 is when I load the vans onto my trailer. The $60 is when I load my truck and trailer onto my partner's truck and trailer, which, you know, I said he was right over there. He's asleep right now. He has to drive at midnight, and then I'm doing a closer trip from Sweetwater to Laredo, and then we're doing another 34, and then from there we're going up to Jersey. So this trip from Laredo to Denver, Colorado, I'm looking at maybe $900 for up and back, which is an up and back. To explain it, is leaving from Laredo loaded, getting to Denver, dropping, going from Denver, or in my case, Limon, and going from here back to Laredo. I do get paid empty miles and deadhead miles. They're the same. So from Denver to Limon, I'm getting, I think it's like, I think it was like 96 miles, I think it was, from where I dropped my load, or where I unloaded, to Limon was like 96, almost 100 miles. So that's 35 cents a mile at 100 miles. Guys, y'all can do the math. I'm not gonna sit here and crunch numbers to try to prove a point. But y'all are starting to see, you know, yeah, my first check was $1,700. This first check is only $14. But I will say this: the first check that I had the last time I was on this account, it was a run from Laredo to Denver and back, and then from Laredo, we loaded up in Laredo, and then we went from, where the hell did we go? I think it was Laredo to Indianapolis and back. So both of those trips were on one check. That was, and on that check, it wasn't including orientation. I didn't get orientation paid till the week after, which actually I'm glad I did, because the very next week I didn't have such a great week. I didn't have, the truck was always in the shop. My partner's truck was in the shop. I think we only completed like a half trip, so we only got paid for half the trip, you know, before everything else. But yeah, I think that check I only made like, even though it was still a half trip, I think I only made like $400. But then again, he had an emergency that he had to go to also. So I had to go from Laredo to Denver by myself, and then from Denver to Albuquerque, and then from Albuquerque back up to Denver, and then Denver back down to Albuquerque. We stacked, and then went from Albuquerque to Laredo. I did get paid every single mile, but like I said, since I only completed half the trip before payday, or before the pay week cut out, I only got like $400. The very next check after that was like, I think it was like a $1,600 check, that very next check. And that was, you know, after deductions and shit too. So, you know, I am making some really good money out here, guys. If y'all want to know more about this account and how to get into here, call Evan DeVold. Like I said in Alex's video, call him up, put in your application with Swift, call him up, let him know that you heard it from me, you heard it from Alex. He actually probably won't know who Alex is. Maybe he will, maybe he won't. Because believe it or not, guys, when I came back, when I asked for a reinstatement for Swift to come back to Swift, after my little, you know, my little vacation, so to speak, I got a phone call. Well, actually, I put in my application. They gave me a reinstatement, and he actually called me after, like, probably as soon as the paperwork was done, which was like, it took 2 days for the paperwork to get done, so it really wasn't a big deal. But he called me and was like, "Hey, dude, what was up with that video? You know, I saw that you posted a video on YouTube, or, you know, you were in a video on YouTube, and you were talking about the Chrysler account and this and that." I was like, "Oh, no, dude, I was just, you know, just trying to help everybody else out." He's like, "Oh, well, cool, dude." I was like, "You helped me out." I was like, "Awesome." You know, that guy got, my recruiter actually got some more recruits to come to Swift because I was talking about the Chrysler account. And actually, some of those guys that got recruited are on the Chrysler account now, as we speak. I can try to find one of them, but it's real hard to meet up with these guys because of the fact that we don't stop, guys. We really don't stop. The only time we stop and we take a break is when we're doing a 34-hour reset. Now, granted, I did say I was home constantly last time, and honestly, I really was. My truck was always in the shop, so I was always able to go home. My partner's truck was always in the shop, so I was, he would call me and be like, hey, dude, you know what? Just take a day in San Antonio. I got to put my truck in the shop again. He had some windshield issues, which, by the way, if I heard correctly, he's still having those those windshield issues. Water keeps coming in through his windshield every time it rains. It's real bad. He's a nice truck, but it's a headache for what he's going through. This truck, it was actually my old truck. This was the very first truck I was in. I have issues with this one still. Sometimes the Qualcomm will just cut out. Let's say I'm like 20 miles away from my destination or whatever. Sometimes it's very temperamental, but sometimes it'll cut out, and I'll lose my GPS. My hours of service will freeze. I mean, everything, which is kind of a good thing because I still get. I do have another GPS in the truck, and I use that when this one cuts out. I get probably about 30 miles to my destination, and if I see that there's no traffic, or if I have enough time, I'll go ahead and I'll have it preset with the address put in there, and I'll just turn that bitch on, and I'll keep going from there. I don't care if the Qualcomm goes out or not. I'm still gonna keep going. If I have to run paper logs, I'll run paper logs. That's what I did last time too. The company didn't have a problem with it. I didn't have a problem with it. Granted, the Qualcomm is kind of working now, but it still has its issues. It works a lot better than it did last time, I'll say that. So I want to give a shout out to the guys at the shop for that. But yeah, basically, guys, if y'all want to get into this account, man, hit up Swift, dude. I'm not going to say we have openings right now because I'm not even sure myself. But there's a waiting list, you guys. If you want to come to Swift and you want to try this account, you want to make some money, put your application in. Talk to Evan. Get into Swift's orientation. Go talk to Daniel or go talk to Lupita, which Daniel's my DM for the stacked teams. Lupita's my DM's supervisor. And they'll put you on the wait. If there's not a slot open, they'll put you on the waiting list. And guys, we got if I'm not mistaken, I think we got 2 or 3 guys leaving within the next 6 months. I know that's a long time, but if you think about it, 6 months, we're in winter. Yeah, it's not really, I'm just saying 6 months because I really don't know, but I know these guys are leaving soon. But I will say this: we will have some spots open up. I'm almost positive of that. But like I said, you want to make as much money as I'm making right now. Granted, guys, honestly, straight up, I only have 1 year of experience. I've had my CDL for 3 years, but you know what? I've taken breaks, I've taken vacations, I've gotten off the truck and said, hey, you know what? I've turned in my keys, and I've always told myself this is the last time that I'm going to go out truck driving. This road is not cool. I don't like this no more. Guess what? I still come back. Granted, this is my last time back with Swift. I'm going to make it count. I'm staying here now. I'm not moving. I'm not going nowhere. All personal issues have been dealt with. Everything has been dealt with. My health is in better condition than it was a couple months ago. But yeah, guys, I'm here to stay. I will say this though. Y'all want to make some money. Y'all need to come out here. If y'all have any questions, let me know. Hit me up in the comment section below. Shout out to Alex, dude. I appreciate it. Thanks for all the support. Maybe tonight I will show y'all how to stack these trucks. I'm not gonna go through the entire process because we're gonna hit the road. It's gonna be late. But I'm gonna see if my partner is willing to hold the camera while he films. While I go ahead and put this little truck on the big one. I'm not gonna show you how to tie it down or anything like that. I'm not gonna get into all that. I don't have a stand for my phone. I don't have any of that good stuff. But at least not yet. But maybe we'll see about if I can show you how that works. How we stack and stuff like that. we're in a pretty big parking lot now, so we're gonna stack here tonight. We're not moving no more until midnight. But yeah, guys, just hit me up. Let me know what's going on. And if you have any questions, hit them up in the comment section. Yeah, I'll get back to them as soon as I can. I will say this: I'm always on the go. I'm constantly busy. If I'm not driving, I'm asleep. I gotta get at least 8 hours of sleep. But hit me up, guys. Thanks for watching. Peace out. Y'all drive safe.